Welcome back to the Python tutorial series. I'm so glad you're here. Today we will start to learn about Jinja and how it relates to Python. Jinja is a great starting point to build websites in Python, and it works well with Flask. So let's get started. I created a file called simple.py and imported template from the Jinja 2 module. If you don't have Jinja 2 already installed, you can do pip install Jinja 2 in the command line here, and it will run. I'm gonna create a variable called my name and just set this equal to Jonathan, and then I'll create a variable called number and I'll set this equal to 11. I'm then going to create a Jinja template, so I'll have a variable called tm and set this equal to template. And in quotes, I'm going to say my name is, and here is where the Jinja comes in. 2 opening curly brackets and 2 closing curly brackets for a variable, and this we'll call it name. And then after this, I'm going to say, and I like the number, and I'm going to pass an 11, so I'll just call this number. Now I need to convert this from Jinja to text, so I'll create another variable called a message. So I'll do tm.render, and then inside of the first double quotes it says name, so I'll say name, and I'll set this equal to the variable name up above, and I'll do the same thing for number. And the variables don't have to be the same below as above. I'll show you in the next example how it can be different. And then finally, when you want to print the message, so we'll do that and just do print msg for printing the message. And now when we run this, we get my name is Jonathan and I like the number 11. And that's an intro to Jinja. Now let's do a more complicated example with dictionaries. I created a file called dictionaries.py, and like before, I imported template from Jinja 2. I'm then gonna create a dictionary called person, and the first thing I'll pass in it is name, and then after name, I'm gonna say the person's name is just person. And then my next key value pair will be age, and I'll make up a random age, so let's say 99. I'm then gonna use the template like before, and I'll say my name is, and then like before, I'm gonna need 2 opening curly brackets and 2 closing curly brackets. And this time I'm gonna use something different. I'm gonna call it PER. And I can do PER name like this in single quotes to get person, or what I can do is per dot name. In Jinja, you can use dot for key value pairs. So I'll do a dot here, and I'll say my name is per dot name, and I am, and then I'll say an age, but this time I'm gonna use a single quote and say per age, and both of these will work. And finally, I want to render the message, so I'll say message equals tm.render, and this time it's per down here, so per, and I'll set this equal to person. And now when I print message, it should work. And I run it and look at that, it says my name is person and I am 99. So this is a great example of how Jinja variables work in Python. But what's great about Jinja is that you can use it to make websites. So let's look at a file I created called loops.html. So in Jinja, to create a for loop, you do an opening curly brace and then a percent sign and end it with a percent sign and closing parentheses. And at the end, you need end for. And same thing for an if statement, and at the end of the if statement, you need end if. So this is just looking ahead at the next video where we'll be using if statements, and for loops to create a website, and we'll dive into this more in the next video when we create a website using Jinja and Flask and linking it all together. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow along with this video series by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, or by clicking on the next video so that you can expand your knowledge about Python. And as always, I can't wait to see you next time.